Hello, if you are watching one of my videos for the first time, my name's Adrienne and I empower moms to reject the status quo and embrace healthier lifestyle habits. I've been doing a series called Behind the Scenes, and this is the last video. I can't believe July is almost over. And this one I'm calling A Day in the Life, a day in the life of a homeschooling mompreneur. You are able to find little pockets of time to get things done if you are very intentional. So I'm just going to kind of run through my daily schedule. This is not every single day. Some days there are appointments. Some days we just sleep in and have a lazy day. Some days things come up. If my husband's not working, sometimes that changes our schedule a little bit. So this is just like a typical day, but this is definitely not every day. Things will come up and changes will happen. So ideally, before the kids wake up, I will do my devotional, I'll have a cup of tea, I'll throw in a load of laundry, I'll fill the diffuser and turn it on, and I check my messages for business. Then once they're getting up, I make breakfast and empty the dishwasher. Sometimes I'll eat breakfast, sometimes I'll just have my tea. While they're finishing up their breakfast, I will do a read aloud, and then I have Bible time right there at the breakfast table. Then we'll take a little break, and I'll get my younger two ready, and we have some morning chores that we do, my oldest, and just finish cleaning up the kitchen and get the house ready. Then I will sit down with them. We usually go to the couch. Sometimes we do it at the kitchen table. And if there's anything left with Bible, I will finish that. I'll do a read aloud, and then I'll do some kind of, they call it mathercise. It's exercise in math. So some kind of movement while they're doing math, whether that's like skip counting or reciting some kind of facts, multiplication facts, or some kind of math rule while they're moving around, jumping jacks, crawling, different yoga poses, whatever it is that's going to get them up and moving. It's just something to make it a little bit more exciting instead of having them just sit there and recite math facts. And the movement helps too. Then I will send my little two to play with some special toys that they only are allowed to have out during school time. There's these little like suction cup things that they like to stick on the windows. Sometimes they'll get out magnet tiles, sometimes they'll read some kind of special activity for the little ones to do. If I'm really adventurous, I'll get out the Play-Doh, but that is very rare for the little two unsupervised. And then while those little two are playing, I will go ahead and get my oldest, my 9-year-old, and we'll do her reading and math lesson together. And then she has independent practice that she can go and work on, and then I'll pull in my 5 and 3-year-old to work on school. I'm not really doing a ton of school with my 3-year-old. She just wants to be involved, so she does like letters and colors and writes her name while her sister is doing school at our little school table in the living room. Then after I have done that, we'll normally break for a snack, something quick. I try and keep it healthy, like a smoothie or some fruit. Sometimes it's just something quick that I grab out of the pantry. Then I will usually check on laundry, move it to the dryer, and then if I want to do a science or history lesson, that's when I squeeze it in. And then after those things are finished, we will have some free time. I'll fold the laundry, I'll check the messages again for our businesses, and then after that we'll do lunchtime and quiet time. And then quiet time is really my time where I work on like videos like this, or anything else that I need to do for our businesses. This is like my work time. I do 3 things that I've picked the night before first, and then if I have any more time, I will go through my to-do list that I have on my phone of things that I need to do for business or for personal. And then I will always check my emails and messages. Then after that time, so right before dinner, the girls will have some kind of free time. They will not be allowed to use screens. They might go outside depending on how hot it is. We might take a quick walk, something that's breaking them from their mundaneness of being inside or whatever they did for quiet time. And then I will make dinner. They'll do baths, and we'll have our bedtime routine. And then after we put the little two to bed, sometimes my oldest will stay up and we'll do something just with her, so she has that alone time with mommy and daddy. And then I pack my husband's lunch, I tidy up the house, and then I finish up any other work things that I didn't get to during that afternoon time. And then the last thing that I do before I go to bed, I set my top 3 priorities for the next day's work time. I read, and then I pray, and then I go to bed. So that's kind of how I squeeze it all in. Little pockets of time to do the housework like laundry and emptying the dishwasher, and then the business, checking messages wherever I can. I've just found that this works for us. Obviously, everyone is different. I would encourage you to not make the excuse that, oh, I'm homeschooling, so I can't do this, or I'm home with the kids all day, I can't do this. You can't do it. It's just going to be a little bit more challenging, and you're going to have to be very disciplined. There are plenty of times in the afternoon where I would rather lay down and take a nap or just veg out on my phone, but I have to be disciplined that this is my time that I've set aside to work on our businesses, and just be diligent about that. So I would encourage you, if you haven't written down some kind of idea of a schedule, to try it. You don't have to follow it to a T. I don't ever put times on my schedule because that stresses me out. I just have a general idea of what I want to accomplish before lunch and before dinner, and then sometimes it all works out, and sometimes things come up and it doesn't work out, and that's okay too. You're not going to have perfect days all the time, but you just go with it. You just roll with it. So I hope that was encouraging for behind the scenes look. And if you have any questions, or you have some things that you like to do to slip business in or get some self-care, personal care in with kids at home, go ahead and drop that in the comments, and we can all learn from each other.